Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another vlog. As you can see, we are now in November. It is pretty cold. A lot has happened recently, or over the last couple of weeks, which I need to catch you up on. Obviously, we went away, myself, Zach, and Josiah went away for a nice little hunting trip. It was an entire week we went away. It was absolutely amazing. So good. Pretty much, to be honest, I only did 2 days of actual hunting. The rest was literally just sat in the cabin and we just spent some time together, chilled out. We read some books and just kind of unwinded, you know what I mean. Anyway, right. So what we need to do is I want to show you the signs that. If you remember 2 vlogs ago, I think it was, we purchased the signs from Clever Motors through Dave helped us with that. David helped us with that, and we are... he said he's going to go sort it out for us. He delivered it, and we had to install it. It was fairly easy. It was a bit heavy, but we just used the tractor with the front loader to just keep it propped up. So it wasn't too bad. It was all fine and easily done. Easily enough done anyway. We need to get this car fixed. Another thing that happened, which I will show you guys obviously, is that Nick actually worked on all of our implements that are currently for sale, as in the tractor, the roller, seeder or planter, and the cultivator as well. All of that is pretty well sorted now. It's in very, very good condition. He repainted it for us and did all the maintenance work on it. What are you doing, sir? On it for us, so it looks very, very good. Actually, pretty close to brand new. So I'm very happy with that. I'm going to show you all of that now, pretty soon. Oh, whoa, that was close. I didn't see that stoplight. I should have, because this is not my first time driving this road. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to show you all of the signs, which is really, really cool. I'm quite happy about that. This one's the dealership, and this one is for the storage, which for now, until the storage is in, I'm going to make this the dealership sign as well. So both of these signs will essentially say something regarding the dealership. I'm not sure what it'll say yet. I need to kind of think about the branding and all of that stuff. I've not even thought about that, to be honest. And then, I don't know why I parked outside. I could actually go inside. Anyway, we're outside now, so I'm going to quickly just walk in here and show you the implements that are for sale, which is really, really nice. I'm very happy with Nick's work, to be honest. It was a good call getting him to work for us, or getting him on board. I'm glad I made that decision. As you can see, the tractor is freaking beautiful now. The repainting job that he did, it's absolutely amazing. The beautiful thing is that he works for Clever Motors, so he was actually able to get us some stickers, which he was able to put on, and the logos, he just repainted over them, but the stickers are all brand new. So really, really cool. Very, very happy with that. He absolutely outdone himself. Now, unfortunately, there's not been any interest in this yet because, well, we haven't gotten any signs up. There are a couple of clicks on the adverts that I put, or the posts that I put up on Facebook and eBay. There are some interest, I guess. No one really serious yet. No one actually going, hey, yeah, we want to have a look at it. But there is something happening there. I'll probably, maybe on Facebook, actually promote the post, I guess, or actually put it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm still learning all of these marketing things. It's all new to me, so we'll hopefully at some point get to a point where I actually know what I'm doing. Oh, sorry. Excuse me for a sec here. Just quickly park. Not on the road. Okay. Hello. All right, guys. That was Ryan. He wants to meet with us. Now, this is a bit weird, to be honest. He's always been pretty happy just working over the phone or talking over the phone. But this time he actually wants to meet with us, which is a little bit odd. I'm kind of worried I don't know if I should be worried or should be excited. I'm not sure, but we're gonna go do a couple of other stuff, and then we'll make sure we... I told him I'm happy to meet with him. I just need to make sure that I get all of my stuff done, and then I'll give him a call, and we'll make sure we sit down and have a good meeting and talk about whatever he needs to talk about. So I'm gonna quickly go to the farm and just make sure that I'm happy with what needs to be done today, and make sure I actually do all of that, or at least make sure I pay attention to what needs to be done. Ooh, right, we're gonna be very close to actually harvesting this as well. I want to harvest before it snows. It's not snowing yet, but it is getting later in the year, and we definitely need to consider that we will be harvesting this very, very soon. Literally, I think in the next couple of days we'll be harvesting this, just to make sure that it actually happens before winter fully hits in full fashion. You know what I mean? And then we need to also look at buying another plow. Right, let me quickly jump on the laptop and make sure I've got all of my ducks in a row and all that good stuff to go have a chat with Ryan and make sure I'm not missing any very important thing that needs to happen today. So give me a sec, I'll be right back. Alright, so we don't have anything that drastically have to happen today. We do have to harvest, like I said, but that will happen in the next couple of days. Probably tomorrow, to be honest, depending on how busy we get and what Ryan actually wants us to do. And then we'll obviously cut the grass, bale it, wrap it. That's one thing. And then sell it. We'll also have to make sure we move the lettuce and get that sold at some point. Still not quite yet, but very, very soon. And then there are whoa, dude. There are a couple of plows I'm actually looking at. I need to go to Ryan's house, not his farm. A couple of plows that I'm looking at on Facebook Marketplace and that David has pointed out could potentially work for us. That I will have to go look at it at some point. Not quite yet, not today, because that's not really that much of a priority right now. Right, we're gonna quickly pop into Ryan's house. I'm gonna have a quick meeting with him, have a good chat. I did send him a text that I'm on the way, and it works for him. So we're gonna have a quick chat with Ryan, and I'll let you know when we're done, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, let me just get in the truck before I start loudly talking about this. So, Ryan, this is quite interesting. An interesting development that could potentially mean very, very good things for us. And I'm quite honored actually that he approached us. Anyway, so let me actually explain what's going on. So, I've not confirmed anything. I've not said yes to anything yet. But Ryan essentially just asked me if I want to run his farm for him. If I want to be his foreman, essentially. So basically what's happening is Ryan is moving away because one of his kids got a scholarship at a really, really good school. And it's just too far away to commute. And he doesn't want to be spending the weeks here while, you know, his family is away. He's a very, very good family man. He absolutely loves spending time with his family. So he doesn't want to spend that much time away from them, which is really, really cool. I commend that completely. And then he said, since we've actually been doing a lot of his farm work through the agency, he figured that if we are up for it, we could be his farm manager. As in manage the entire farm for him, get a monthly salary from him, obviously, and essentially do what needs to be done on the farm. He did say that he understands that while we have our own farm, there might be times where we don't necessarily have the time to get to his stuff. And he said that's fine. That is why the agency is there. And since he's currently using the agency anyway, we can, for those times, just use the agency and they can get the job done, which will just obviously be taken out on the expenses of the farm. So it won't cost us anything, luckily, because it won't be, you know, we won't need to pay the agency. That's just an expense on the farm. on Ryan's farm, obviously not ours. And yeah, I mean, he's got quite a large farming business going on, essentially. Quite a couple of good fields. What we have seen so far is not actually all that he has. But he said he will move it all into the one location so that we can, we don't have to keep moving to different towns to actually get all of this stuff. So he's actually got another farm on another town where he keeps most of his implements, and that's where he spends most of his time. But it's just literally a couple of miles away from here. But he said that he understands that we don't necessarily want to keep ferrying stuff to and from to work on his farm. So on the farm here in Westbridge Hill. So he will move what we need for his current fields to his farm. And this is if we accept, obviously. He has approached a foreman for his other farm in the other town. And he did say that I shouldn't feel pressured. If I can't do it, then he will just pay that person extra, and that person will then manage both farms, which the other person has tentatively agreed with. But I kind of feel like it's a good idea. I kind of feel like it's a great opportunity for us. So one is we can keep busy. We've got a steady income from then actually to be fair, the dealership currently is not bringing in any money, and I'm sure it will pick up over time, but currently it's not, and it will be pretty, not lackluster, but it'll happen from time to time. It won't be a steady, we know exactly how much we get every month. It'll just be, maybe we sell a tractor this month, maybe we don't, etc., etc. So that's not really a steady income. And to be honest, the farm isn't really a steady income either. At least with managing his farm or being his foreman, we can then know we're getting X amount every month that we can, use towards our farm. And I've no idea what it is yet. He threw a couple of numbers around, but he's not set on anything. I think it depends on whether I guess whether I do it and whether the other guy does it, and anyway, so we need to think about that. I need to think about that. He says the school season has already started, unfortunately 2 months ago. I don't know why it took this long. I think what he did is actually he did do it this way, as in not commuted, but he would spend some days in the week here, and then over the weekends and other days where he needs to be there, he spent there. And I think it's just taken the toll, and he's just decided, no, screw it, don't want to do it. And he doesn't want to sell the farm, which is understandable because it's a massive farm. And to be honest, I don't think he'd be able to sell the entire farm as a oneer. He would maybe, sell the field here and there, and then, be stuck with one field and a barn, which is not what you want. You want to sell it once, everything. I don't know where I'm going. Everything to just one person, so that's a lot easier. But anyway, I'm gonna have to think about it. I've got till the end of the week to think about it, he said, and I'm gonna try and take as much of that as possible. I left the door open. Damn it, it's gonna be cold now. Right, let's close that. I need to go look at a plow quickly. That's at 11:30, and it's on the opposite side of town. So obviously it's not a half an hour drive, but I need to stop talking about that and quickly make sure I grab my wallet and get everything ready to go. I need a jacket as well. It's freezing. Right, so I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm going to drive there and we'll have a look at the plow. All right, guys. So here we are. He actually said it was in the pit, but it's not. He maybe pulled it out for us. Anyway, so one thing we need to consider here is everything we buy from here on out, or a couple of weeks back out, is not necessarily to be used on the farm. So we have to think about, one, the current condition and how much we can buy it for, and then obviously how much we can resell it for, and then how easy it would be to, repaint get better stickers, you know, if there's any damage to it, how easily that would be fixed, and how much all of that would cost. Now, this is a fairly easy fix, to be honest. I don't see any surface rust. I don't know, can't really see any underneath the forks or the pegs or whatever they're called. They look fine. Like, obviously paint gone, but it doesn't seem like there's any rust. There's 2 colors, no stickers. It's a really easy touch-up, if you know what I mean. Like, you could potentially even get away without having to repaint the whole thing. We probably would. I would probably have Nick repaint the whole thing, but I mean, I could actually repaint the whole thing if I had some time. So we don't even necessarily have to wait for Nick to be able to do it. And it looks like it's all in good working order. It looks like it's about 3 meter working width, which is fine. And yeah, I'm gonna have a quick chat with him, and while or after, I'll just have to check at what we could potentially get for this on a resale value. So we obviously need to figure out how much we can resell it for and what our profit would be. So I'm going to quickly have a chat to him. He said he is home. So I'll knock on the door, have a quick chat, see how much he wants for it. If it's a good price for us, then we'll consider buying. I'll probably have a look at the price right then and there and ask him what he paid for it, etc., etc. And, you know, we can work it out, right? Righto. Let's have a quick chat. All right, so as you can see, I ended up buying it. So I had a quick little look on Google, and these originally sell for about 18, 19 grand. And I'm thinking, I had a quick check on Facebook Marketplace. There aren't any, but on average, the 3-ish meter plows sell for anywhere between, I think the cheapest one I saw was just over 11,000, and I think the most expensive one was about 15,000, for all of them being secondhand. So we could potentially, so I bought it for 3.5. He wanted 3.5 for it. So I was like, yep, cool, happy with that. And which means we could potentially make anywhere between 8 to even 11, 12 grand profit on this, which I think is a great deal, and which is why I bought it, obviously. So we're going to hook it up, and we're going to take it to the dealership, make sure it is placed somewhere workable, and then Nick can have a look at it. And, you know, I don't know, maybe, hopefully there is no hidden damage or cracks or anything. And if there is, to be honest, I doubt that it would be in the frame. But if it is in the frame, we just weld it and paint over it. You know, Nick can do all of that fairly easy. And it's not a super mechanical piece of equipment, so it should be a fairly easy fix, even if there are cracks or weaknesses in the structure of the implement. Right, so while we're here, actually, let me have a quick chat to you about Ryan's farm. Right, so everything we see currently on the left and on the right is Ryan's. And these are two, I believe this is probably the biggest field in the area. And it is absolutely massive. We've worked on this field before through the agency, obviously for Ryan, and it is just ridiculous. The next 2 fields on our right, sorry, I'm driving like an absolute idiot here. The next 2 fields on our right, this guy's driving like an idiot. These 2 are also Ryan's. And I mean, that one furthest, not furthest right, but the second one we can see here is bigger than this one, and we've worked on this one before as well, and we've worked actually very early in the since we moved here, was also actually on that farm. I actually want to go down here quickly show you all of his yards, or his yard essentially. And I think this actually goes into the yard, or no, wait, no, I don't think this actually goes into you. Oh, no, it does. Yeah, okay. Remember, there's a wall here. Right, so this is obviously his yard, and most of his implements aren't actually here. He just keeps 2 tractors here currently, and he will be moving all of the stuff we would need on the farm over here. So currently there is the McCormick, which is very nice. We've used that before, which is a lovely tractor. And then the Steyr, the one in the warehouse. I don't know, I should have asked him actually if there's something wrong with the McCormick, because it used to be in the big red barn, but now it seems like it's in the workshop. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's just doing maintenance with it. Maybe he's upgrading or changing bulbs or something. I don't know. I should have asked him. I didn't, unfortunately, but I'm sure if there was something drastically wrong, he would have told us. We've actually, yeah, we've done pretty much work on all of these fields for him, which is just insane. And therefore we know it quite well. He pretty much just does grass currently, and therefore it's quite easy. It kind of works for us as well, because we could potentially, I don't want to just take chances, but we could potentially use some of his equipment if we need to, especially if they're nice and big, and it would save time. What I might do is, when I go to Ryan to tell him whether I've decided yes or no, I might ask him if the option is there to use some of his equipment, and if it is, then it might be worth it to say yes. Now, eventually, the hope is that we get so busy on our farm and our business that we don't need or have the time to work on Ryan's farm if we do take the job, if I do take the job. But currently, to be honest, we're doing a lot of stuff for the agency, and it would be kind of nice to not have to do that. You know, oh no, not here. It would be kind of nice to just know that, you know, we're getting X amount every month without having to work for the agency. It can get a little bit, you guys obviously don't experience this or see this in the vlogs, but it can get a little bit stressful. You know, we've not had a contract in a while now, and it gets a bit worrying. And to be honest, the last contract didn't actually pay as much. I think it was, I want to say 7 grand, 6 grand, 7 grand, something like that. Not a lot. And it gets worrying. You know, we've got bills to pay. I've got stuff that I want to achieve. I want to build the sheds or the garages so I can run the business, you know, and not having a good amount of money or knowing exactly when we're getting more money is very stressful. And I don't want to, you know, forever just live in that. For now, it's fine. Like for a couple of years, it's fine. I'm still young. I can do that. But eventually it's going to get to a point where I don't want that stress, you know, especially if I maybe meet a girl and I want to, you know, settle down and have a kid or two of my own, or an entire football team for that matter. And, you know, you never know. I might want that. But for now, obviously, I can still, you know, suck it up, and the stress isn't the end of the world, but I do want to plan for the future. I don't want to just... Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even notice. He actually did our trailer as well. Wow. Oh, Nick, what a dude. I didn't tell him to do the trailer. Wow, that is nice. That's very kind of him. Very, very good. He is, I have to say, very grateful for the opportunity. And, I mean, he uses this now for his own, you know, side business. His own business, essentially. He fixes clients' cars in there and all that good stuff. So, that's very good. That is also part of the office, by the way. Alright, so, we're probably going to put this just in line, really, I think. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Right, probably just put it here. This will kind of work, I think. Doesn't have to be exact. Maybe go a little bit more that way. Yeah, this will work. Okay, cool. Whoa, going the wrong way there. And as you can see, my week away influenced my driving quite a lot. Right, let's lower this and drop it off. Cool, that's all good to go. And I'll put a tag on it quickly. I'll have to go into the office, grab a tag quickly. So how we work here, because me and Nick don't obviously see each other every day, essentially what I do is I've got tags that I just clip on to the implement. with what needs to be done to the implement. So for now, I'm just gonna write on a tag and tell him to check it and make sure that there are no damage. And if there is no damage, then repaint it. If there is damage, to give me a call first and we'll assess what needs to be done first, and then we'll carry on. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly grab a tag and put it on so he knows what to do with it, and we can carry on with our day. All right, so tag is put on. Nick will get to that whenever he gets here. He doesn't always make it back in time to do some work. He, you know, obviously has a home and people there that he needs to take care of and spend time with as well. So I've told him when you can, he doesn't have to come here every day. So I think he does Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I think, are the days that he does on average pretty much every time. In the evenings from, I think it's 5:30 to like 9. And then when he can on other days, he does that. So, yeah. I don't know if he's going to be there today. We'll see. It doesn't really matter. That's why we use the tag system. So I don't call him all the time and incessantly bother him with, you need to do this, make sure this is done. It's kind of an easier system, you know. And especially when he's at work, I don't have to then call him or worry about him not getting a message, etc., etc. Whenever he shows up, the tags are they're like neon green, quite bright. You can't really miss them. And the understanding is that we both just, whenever we get there, we just look for tags. If we see a tag, then we do what the tag says or contact each other if we need to at that point. But yeah, I kind of like it. It works really well. It's worked really well so far. Right. Okay, so I think actually, guys, that's going to be the end of this vlog. I need to get some admin done. I want to have a look at a couple more plows, not necessarily actually go look at them, but actually look at them online. There are, I think, 3 more, if I remember correctly, that I kind of bookmarked, favorited, whatever you want to call it, that I'm going to have a quick look at. See if I can set up meetings to go look at those. And there are some other implements on the lists as well that I need to try and figure out whether it's worth actually looking at those. I think what I'm going to do from now on is actually check what the implements are and how much they sell for on average, and you know, maybe ask a little bit more questions before we actually go there. I kind of need to iron out the method of getting equipment, if that makes sense. I don't know if I said that right, but I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. Just so I'm not stood in front, like I was stood in front of him, and it was a bit weird. You know, I was like, oh, just give me a sec. I'm just going to quickly Google the implement. And he was like, what the hell? Is this guy an actual farmer? And he doesn't even know the implements. He didn't say that, but his facial expression said it, if you know what I mean. So maybe a little bit of homework before I actually go and look at equipment is probably a good idea. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to make a good list. I'm probably going to just, I don't know, maybe I don't want to put it up on the wall. That's just going to bother me. And, you know, when I'm sleeping, I'm not just going to keep looking at that. But yeah, I'm going to sit down, have a good look at everything, make a list, and try. And if there's something that I feel like is worth having a look at, I will try and make a meeting, make sure I can go look at it. And I'll take you guys along for that, obviously, if we go look at other implements. That's the word. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm very excited. A lot of cool stuff happening. If you have any insight into what to do with Ryan's situation, if I should take the job, then let me know down in the comments. If you think I shouldn't, then also let me know down in the comments. You guys are very often very helpful, and an outside perspective is sometimes the best perspective because there's no emotion, it's just thinking. For me, I really like Ryan. He's a really cool dude. He's helped us out immensely, and I think part of me wanting to say yes is probably related to, you know, that kind of feelings, reciprocating that, you know, helping out and all that stuff. So I want to make the right decision, and the right decision needs to be made without emotions involved. So any input from you guys are much appreciated. I'm going to call Zach as well, ask him what he thinks. I'm just reach out to friends and ask them. And I know a couple of people that have been or are foremen, and I'll ask them what their opinion is. And, you know, and then if I have any questions, I'll probably have a chat with Ryan, figure out what we actually might get paid, because that's quite important. I didn't tell him anything. I just kind of said, yep, I'll think about it. I didn't tell him I didn't give him any indication that I might say yes, if you know what I mean. And therefore he didn't actually give me accurate numbers. So I should have probably asked him and told him, yes, I'm definitely considering it. Anyway, I'll give him a call and tell him I'm actually considering it. Maybe he'll give me a number that he'll pay me, because that is quite important. Anyway, right. Have you guys, I hope you all have a freaking amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. See ya.